Right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
218, chop. Ready?
On second down, Camara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Mike's 47. Mike. We own them. We own them. Let's go.
On first down, Fields flush to his right, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen, and he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman. 92 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Camara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stick. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, but it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. On second and 10, it's Stick. And this one complete to Smith. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Stick back to pass. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Let's make these babies crawl. Kill, kill, kill.
2nd and 1. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 28 yards. That's good for Falcons. First down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. This is Freeman. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw on 2nd down. Fields. Flushed out right. And it's a fumble. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down. Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Off the play fake. Fields. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Stick gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stick drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Stick into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Mike, check, 59. Night, night, sweetheart. Ball trot. Check 15. Go, 15.
Back to the air on second down. Fields escaping the pressure right. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That catch good for 5. It's third down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw. Fields. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It appears they'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be third down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him playing very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he comes back with one complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Thomas the intended target, but it'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Stick looks to throw it again. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Stick. Looking long for Thomas. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Falcons take over
Let's go.
first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
Set, ready? 50, plant. Check my 45. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Charlie. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here.
Here's Stick looking to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down, New Orleans.
Ready, ready. 18, Gator. Greystone, travel.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On 2nd down, it's Stick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
You ready? You ready? You ready? Hey, echo. Spike. Fire.
Stick from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
6-man.
From the gun, Fields. Flush to his right. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Hey, box truck.
Off play action, it's Stick. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A shotgun throw for Stick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 27, Stick. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Saints.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Stick looks to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Off play action. Fields. Dancing to his left. This one caught by Ridley. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down, Falcons. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. This is Freeman on first and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Joseph now to have the PAT. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Joseph now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Hey, Delta.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Tack McKinley able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Freeman. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Operating from the gun, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Stick. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
Right there. 54 miles.
Back to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stick. He's got Smith here. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Stick back to pass. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get two, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Freeman again. And Freeman lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, two-score game. So hold on here, not done in the fourth.
Let's go. 10-2, son. Go, go. Hey, 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 hey.
Check my 45. Check my 45. I know he ain't got it.
45. Hey.
Pick me up. Here we go.
45. Yes, yes.
Mike, 45.
Hey, exit.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, fellas.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
Hey, Zoo, let's go. Deep grip, deep grip.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A busy night continues for Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Second down and goal. Stick. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Fields. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Robert Foster, 85 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches a football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 23 yards on the play. 1st and 10, Stick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Check 9, check 9. Hatchet.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check, 59. I want that. Yes, give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
from the gun on third down. Fields. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on first and 10. Smith, his first carry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now Ito Smith. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run it again with Smith. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On second down now. It's Freeman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
45, Mike, 45.
get it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He throws, and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Atlanta, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
See.